Good evening, I'm John Carter and welcome to Poland Daily Business. Moody's, one of the world's big three credit rating agencies, announced that it has not updated Poland's rating, so it remains at level A2 with a stable outlook. In May last year, Moody's maintained Poland's A2 credit rating whilst raising its outlook from negative to stable. In March this year, Moody's upped its forecast for Polish GDP growth to 4.3%. Meanwhile, in April, the S&P Global Ratings Agency affirmed Poland's BBB plus credit rating, while boosting the country's outlook from stable to positive. The Polish steel products market has expanded for the fourth year in a row. The use of steel at the end of last year amounted to a record 13.5 million tonnes, the highest since 1989. In the first quarter of this year, domestic production of steel grew 6% and steel consumption went up 15%. Such good figures indicate that records from last year could be beaten. However, the steel market will be affected by electricity prices and the customs war between China and the USA, which may cause prices to rise and the European market to receive a larger amount of this raw material. After much anxiety, a contract has finally been signed for the tunnel in Świnoujście in northern Poland. The contractor for the strategic investment in the region is the POR company from Austria. The tunnel will take 48 months to build and the crossing in Świnoujście will connect Uznam and Wolin Islands. The investment will cost 793 million zloty. Today, residents and tourists must use ferry connections to get from one side of the city to the other, and it can take them a couple of hours to travel what should be a 5-minute journey. Thank you very much for joining me here this evening at Poland Daily Business. Now it's over to Alexander Wierzewski.
You're watching Poland Daily Business Edition. Tonight we are at Krynica Economic Forum. That's 2018, is 28th edition of the event, and our guest is Orvin Lucian Kasprzyk. Sir, welcome to our studio.
And thank you for the invitation.
It's our pleasure. Mr. Kasprzyk is attorney, but he works at exciting business because you created the global internet knowledge platform.
Well, it's a little bit different. It's quite frankly a knowledge interaction platform that is the innovation that the technology company in Sweden has innovated.
So why the Swedish or based in Sweden global companies are using this platform?
It just so happens that there are many global companies headquartered in Sweden, and so we have had the great fortune of having contact with them because of geography and connections within the community. However, now we're starting to reach out. For instance, I developed a professional service firms practice, and that is why we're beginning to work with people like William Robato, Deloitte, law firms, intellectual property firms, and others who would normally not have access to this kind of digital capability.
Right, the platform or the companies tend to keep inside the knowledge they gathered during many years of activity. Is this a platform designed for the new employees or for the old ones who are already in the company?
Yeah, that's the fantastic thing. It can be used to increase the learning curve and get new employees up to speed quickly. And it also can be used by senior C-level staff to strategically structure intangible and tangible assets. So human capital and technology-generated capital as well.
When we spoke before that interview, you mentioned that it's very much about the people with low computer skills.
Yeah.
Although I wonder where we can find the people with low computer skills these days.
Well, I mean, of course, everyone uses some sort of software, some sort of system, and people are very adept. But the management suites, people who are decision makers, they actually don't have a tool. Operational people have lots of tools, but strategy and tactics don't. And that's what our platform does. It's for the decision makers.
And you want to spread the use of these resources that you are offering to other companies. Normally, how do you make your pitch in talking to the CEO of the company?
Well, it's a very interesting process because really it depends on their aspiration. It also depends on the technical assets that they have and how are they using them now and how they want to use them and for what reason. And after we get to learn about that, then we can do a workshop and we can show them what are the alternatives and options that suits them, because every business is unique. And it's not important for me or my company to tell them how to do their business. It's for me and my company to facilitate their uniqueness by enabling them with new digital competencies to create the right business models to answer the market. So whether it's transformation issues, value networks, or other aspirations, that's what we deliver.
And you talk normally to the guys who are already in global companies, who already have sales and delivery all over the world, whether it's internet delivery or normal.
Yeah.
Do you talk to the middle kind of companies that want to grow?
Well, actually, it is also accessible, and we have one client who is an internationally known patent firm who developed a specialized smaller version of the tool for small and medium enterprises to do their own patent research. But when they get to a certain point, then they go to the lawyers and they say, okay, we've done all that we can do. Now we need to answer the more complicated question. So it's very flexible in that regard.
Okay, very interesting platform, and hopefully companies who are using it will benefit from that capabilities. Orvin, Lucian, Kasprzyk from Sweden.
Thank you very much.
Polish, Swedish, and American in one person was our guest.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for participating. And that was it for tonight's Poland Daily Business.